got ready for the day. I'll just show you guys my outfit. Not that anyone is going to be the least bit surprised by my color selection, but here is my fit for today. Just very comfortable black leggings. These are from Amazon. They have a matching sports bra because it's like a workout set, but I'm not wearing the sports bra. I'm wearing just like a regular bra basically. And I have on this like polo type shirt. I believe I got it from Walmart. It's in the men's section. I just like the oversized, it's my thing. And then I have on these Nikes just to like give it a more girly flair. So, you know, pull in that pink. And then have on these earrings, my little choker heart initial charm, my Apple Watch, my ring. But I want to wear my tennis bracelet, but I don't know where I put it. It's probably in a purse in my office. So I'm gonna go see if I can dig that out. All right, I am going to film my kitchen nook video. You guys, I'm filming on my iPhone and I need to clean my iPhone, so I'm gonna put it in here. I got this from Amazon, I'll link it down below. It's just like a UV cleaner and it cleans your phone completely in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna put you guys in here. I'm gonna grab from my other camera and I'm gonna go film the kitchen nook. Now I'm gonna take Loki for a walk. Come on, let's get your stuff. Gotta go into his closet and get all his goodies. All right, I'm getting started on a quick hobby. I really don't know what to call it. Not a hobby, I guess a project. I'm starting on a project that you might know seeing this. So I also have it in pink. I got these from Temu. I forget which is which, but one's for like 90s movies and one's for 80s movies. So it's gonna be like my inventory. See, you know, like a little magazine, if you will, of like options that I know I love to watch that could help me select movies. So with that said, I found it. I found her. This is my Kodak, what was this called? Kodak Step. It is a mobile printer. It's a color printer. I bought this a while back and I refused to buy it again because I knew I had it because of my word of the year's organization. And you know, it kind of comes down to things like this where I haven't been organized enough to know where any of my things are at. So I'm getting in the process of getting organized, and through going through my craft room, I found this guy and still working great. And I just printed this was a test. So this is Gremlins. And I think this is supposed to be 90s. I don't remember. We're just gonna make this my 80s. The size doesn't match, okay? So I'm just gonna put this in here so that you can see like what this will essentially look like. But as you can see, it's gonna like float around, and that's gonna bother me personally because I'm also gonna use the back. So I just feel like these are gonna move around. So what I just bought from Amazon, I think these are a 2.5 by 3.5. So they're like a standard baseball card size, whereas this is 2.1 inches by 3.4 inches. So, so not quite the size, but they are a sticker. So I bought these like little white index or like playing card. So the cardstock is thicker. So once that comes in tomorrow from Amazon, I'm going to slot all of them in here. And then as I go through and get my movies printed, I will apply them to the cardstock. And then that way it'll be thicker, sturdier, and it'll just overall look nice. Because the last thing I want to do is for these to slip out, and they will. Even though this does have a zipper, but like, see what I mean? So like, I don't want that happening. I have 2 sets of these too. So I have another pink and another blue. I think those are packed somewhere in my craft room, but 2 for 80s and 2 for 90s because I know I'm gonna fill it up way more than what's in here. So anyways, we have our first little one. I can't show you guys how I'm doing it because I access the app through my phone and I'm filming on my phone, but basically this has an app, and what I do is I go to Pinterest, I type in the movie, and then I find the cover that I like. I download the image to my iPhone, and then I go into my app and print it. I'm already out of printer paper for this, but I ordered that as well, and that comes tomorrow. So I'll show you guys the movie posters I've printed so far. So we've got Gremlins, we've got Splash, we've got Mannequin, and I want them to look like official movie posters because some of the images don't have that writing, so I'm trying to make sure that at least my images look consistent. So I decided in the end to go for like the movie poster effect with all the words on it, I guess. So we've got Breakfast Club, and then of course Beetlejuice. Now I'm not going to print every 80s movie just so that's like kind of clear, because there are certain movies that I'm just never gonna watch or I'm not really into, like Top Gun. I know that one might have felt like a blow. It's my brother's favorite. I don't like it. We always kind of battle it out about it, but I just don't enjoy that movie. I don't buy the relationship between him and her. I don't know. But I'm also starting a list as well here. So as I'm like seeing some options, I'm writing it down. So like My Chauffeur, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future. Back to the Future, I have the movie poster and I do like it. I just don't watch it that much, but we're gonna throw it in there anyways. Labyrinth, Footloose. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna cross out Footloose right now. I know that is so iconic, it does not make sense, and I feel like, who am I even doing such a thing? It's a light cross through. Okay. So I'm just like trying to start a little list, you know, so that Mad Max. I did not like the Mad Max with Mel Gibson. I shouldn't have put like spaces between these. I could just like fill them up, but I'll start doing that here. So Goonies, Star Wars, True Beverly Hills. Is True Beverly Hills 80s or 90s? Let me look this up and see. 1989. Beverly Hills. When was the Murder on the Orient Express? I think that was 1974. I just answered my own question, like literally just. Weekend at Bernie's. Hello. 1 and 2, I think. Let me look that up too. Or was the second one 90s technically? Yeah, the original was 1989. So I'm thinking Weekend at Bernie's 2 falls into the 90s cat, 1993. So we are gonna have to split them up, which is fine. I like Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. There's Flashdance, but it's another one of those movies for me where I'm not saying I wouldn't watch Footloose and I wouldn't watch Back to the Future and Flashdance. I will watch them again in my lifetime. But the purpose of this is really for like, honestly, just like all of my favorites or all of the ones that I would pull for more than one time within a short period of time, like a day, a week, a month, or even in a year. I just wouldn't pull for Flashdance, Footloose for several years, if that makes sense. It's kind of like Lion King for me. I probably will never watch Lion King again. There are certain movies where I just one and done, and I'm okay with it. But I also want to include movies that I have never seen before as well, which probably makes no sense. Well, listen, this is just how I'm gonna do it. Valley Girl. Dirty Dancing. See? Don't want to add that, but it's iconic. It's everything. It doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It's just not the purpose of what I'm doing. Can't Buy Me Love. E.T. The E.T. Extraterrestrial, great iconic movie, but I don't need to include it. Ghostbusters. I am gonna add Ghostbusters. Is Overboard 80s or 90s? Ruthless People, I think is 80s. Oh my God, Witches of Eastwick. Do I add that? Where was The Witches though? European Vacation, I need to add all those. Witches of Eastwick was kind of freaking weird with Jack Nicholson and all the iconic ladies, but I might just add it anyways. So let me add it. Witches, but also how about The Witches? When was that? Was that 80s? That was 1990. So I'm gonna have to start a whole list for the 90s. Movies to print 90s. I'm gonna put The Witches, Weekend at B number 2. Anyways, the project is getting off the ground. We just have to wait for my supplies, and hopefully I'm gonna put all this in the same vlog just to like kind of get it started. Yeah, so that's it. I am probably going to play this as well today. It's just one of those days where I finally get to just kind of chill, but I do need to put together my game board kit, and I need to put that and list it in my Etsy shop. So I gotta work on that. Here to show you guys what's at my feet. I'm gonna do a massive Dollar Tree collective haul. I'm so tired, but good morning. It's almost 11 o'clock and I've been up since like 7:30. It's another cloudy day. I think I'm supposed to get my patio furniture today, and fingers crossed, because if I don't, I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna get sent back. I'm gonna have to call Walmart and they're gonna have to send it back, and it's gonna be a whole ordeal. Actually, I don't like that. I need some light. Okay, so I've been relaxing most of the day. I needed a good portion of the afternoon and just like decompress. But I did start my day off by like finishing my kitchen nook area, decorating, filming it. And then it's funny because right after I posted it, I spent most of the afternoon while decompressing. I was just sitting on my couch and I was just trying to like figure out how I wanted that space to really look, because I asked for help in that video on like what to do with it. So I'm gonna make some more little minor adjustments. So I was working on that, and then I actually got started on my bedroom, and I was moving some things around with that, and I'll show you guys in a minute. And I changed out my rug, and my patio furniture came today. Thank goodness. Very, very happy that it all worked out. But I got in my stuff from Amazon. I got in my little blank playing cards. So I will link this in case you get these off of Temu. I'll link those. I do get commission, by the way, from Amazon links. I do not get commission from Temu links, just putting that out there. So just in case like this is a project you want to do, okay, throwing that out there. And I also got a pack of 50 of these little printable things. So as I've been going through this, I realized that I need to be adding 2 cards per slot. The reason for this is because these are a sticker backing. And so if I apply Beetlejuice to this side, and let's say I apply Gremlins to this side, I won't really be able to change their category around. If that makes sense. Like what if I wanted to like recategorize them? Maybe like for me, I like Gremlins during Christmas time, or sometimes I like Gremlins during Halloween. So like, you know, it just kind of like changes. And then, so in order to like being able to shuffle these cards around in here through the years, I think I need 1 per card. But what's interesting is as I've been adding these in here, it actually has a slot for each side. It's hard to tell, but there is I don't think you'll be able to see it. Like, do you see that? There is another little slot in there. So you can put something on this side and then something on this side, and there's a plastic divider between them as well. So hopefully that made some freaking sense. So first thing I'm gonna do is just like fill these cards in here. Let's table that for a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and start getting these just onto a blank card. Now I'm an annoyingly perfectionist. Of course, I don't end up being perfect, but if it's not, it like bothers me, like in terms of like lines and stuff. So I don't know how I'm gonna make them all be perfectly centered. No clue. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to eyeball it. Now this looks great, right? But if I've got 4 cards sitting here, I hope they're all like lined up or whatever. So, okay, so we got that one. This is actually looking a lot better than I thought. I think the white cards definitely make it a much cleaner project. Of course, another option in case you don't want to buy the Kodak printer or you don't have one on hand, what you can do is use your printer, like a regular standard printer, and then you can go into your Word, and then you can automatically size like your stuff to be pasted, like the 2.5 by 3.5. And then you can just, you know, go to Pinterest, find your movie poster, copy the image, paste it into your Word, into that size, and then print it out. And then you'll actually be able to put a bunch of them on one single sheet of your Word. And that way when you print a bunch of movies at once. There is cutting involved in that. The drawback to this idea using the Kodak printer is it takes time. It takes time to print these. It's not like a super fast printing. You can't kick these out super fast. Plus I only get 50 to a pack, and I'm probably gonna do way more than 50 movies, especially per binder. So anyways, they're like little cards, and look, they're like super thick. See, right now, I don't know if I want a category, but I'm gonna do a loose category, if that makes sense. Super fun comedy and maybe like holidays. Because I don't really like, yeah, well, whatever. We'll just, I don't even know if I'm making any sense. So far I kind of have like this, and then I went back a couple of rows assuming they'll have more of like these style movies, and then I'll do like a Halloween theme back here. So that's all that, because I ran out of paper ink or whatever. Not ink, you don't run out of ink on this printer. I don't know how it does that, to be honest, but whatever. Not gonna question technology at this point. So now I'm just gonna print out my next set of movies. All right, here's my progress. I'll probably do another batch of 10, but again, I can always rearrange these. They're really not in any particular order other than in some soft categories of like fun, like everyday movies, and then some like more Halloween feel type movies, and that's it. So I've only done these. And yeah, so in case you're wondering what the purpose of this is I'm very much a movie person, but I like to watch the same movies I've seen a lot. Like, I don't really care to watch any like new stuff. That doesn't mean that I don't, but this is where I live in movie land. And so, but sometimes I forget about all the movies that are out there. So this is kind of like a TV guide, a movie guide. You know, I could just like flip through here and be like, oh, you know what? I'm in the mood. Oh yeah, like Neverending Story, you know, like let me watch that. So that's the purpose of this. So this is gonna be my 80s binder. And then my blue one is gonna be my 90s binder. And I have 2 of each, like I mentioned before.